You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, it's 9 days to Christmas, and already Nigerians have started traveling to various parts of the country to spend time with family and loved ones. The Yuletide is always a busy time of the year, a season full of laughter, joy, and merriment. But with it comes a form of tension associated with the rush to purchase all that is needed for the celebration, at the same time travel. Now, this is why the roads are super busy with a lot of reckless driving and indiscipline during the season. This leads to a higher rate of fatal road crashes. The Federal Road Safety Commission has begun sensitizing Nigerians on safe road usage ahead of Christmas, and I have with me in the studio the Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Lagos State Command, Olusegun Ogungbemide. It's nice to have you join me this morning.
It's a pleasure.
It's quite a while.
The job is going on.
No, of course. That's it. All right. Now, we're counting down about 9 days to Christmas. Although people have said, because of security, I'm staying back, but we still have a lot of people traveling. Yeah. It's a Christmas. You can't prevent people from traveling. However, if we make comparison between this year and last year, when it comes to some of the violations, car particulars, speed limit, obedience, and all of that, what's your assessment between, are people getting better? Are people imbibing this directives better now, or this worse?
Yeah, if I'm placed in a better position to judge,
yes,
from what I've experienced, I will put it in two dimensions.
Okay.
Prior to answers,
okay,
after answers.
Ah, okay.
Prior to answers, the level of compliance was actually high.
Okay.
In fact, I was almost taking Lagos as a heaven as regards traffic management and compliance. Okay. But immediately after answers, the level of impunity just blew up. And that's what we've been managing so far. On the average, every day we have an infraction of about 200 that is recorded in the entire Lagos, and it's not a good one for us, because our own belief is anytime we have reason to apprehend you, we have saved somebody from getting involved in a crash. So if I say in a quarter we arrested 15,000 offenders, is an indication that we have saved 15,000 people from getting involved in crashes. Okay. But ideally, with the level of
there are potential dangers to other people.
Crashes are waiting to happen. Okay. And with the extent to which we've gone with our advocacies right from January to date, we had expected things to improve. But like I said, aftermath of the answers, the level of impunity rose, and that's what we have been managing. What we are getting there, things are getting improved on a daily basis, and I believe people will comply more.
All right. One thing that has always surfaced is the issue of drivers driving under the influence of alcohol and different substances and all of that. I understand there were some devices, to check that some time ago. How is that going?
It's still there. We have, we call it breathalyzer. That's to know the content of alcohol in your blood. And it's gone a long way in checkmating the activities of drivers in this regard, because if you are arrested for being under the influence or driving under the influence of alcohol, definitely you know that trip is truncated. And this is where the commuters actually have their own role to play too. Because at the point of entering that vehicle, take note of the status of the driver that's about to drive you on that trip. If you have any iota of suspicion that the man is under the influence of alcohol, please alert the management of that park, because our men are out with the equipment that is required to test them. And anywhere you are caught and it's confirmed that you are driving under the influence of alcohol, your journey ends there. So anything that will bring about, inconveniencing members of the public, especially the commuters, we want to avoid it. We've had enough stakeholders meeting with all the unions and various transport organizations that we are not going to compromise this, and that's how it stands.
All right, now we see a lot of people, trying to make trips, and from the reports we're getting, more people prefer to travel by air now due to security concerns. But there are still people traveling. That is basic. There are still people traveling. But people, those who be traveling with commercial buses and even with their private vehicles, what should be the number one concern they should have when it comes to taking precaution as you're going to travel on a long trip either to Ibadan or to Benin or to Ore or even to the east?
Yes, let's view it from 3 dimensions, because every role belongs to different set of people. Yeah. We have the role of governments in line with the United Nations Decade of Action 5 pillars. That is road traffic management. We have the role of the road users. We have the role of the vehicle maintenance and what have you. So for the governments, you notice there are a lot of palliatives going on all over the places, construction of the roads, both within and along the corridor. And the good news is the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, we had a good deal yesterday in line with our earlier discussion. We tested it last year where we requested that there should be suspension of all constructions along that corridor. And if you recall, there was smooth ride right from 23rd till 30th when we had a major breakdown along that road. This year, this time around, we've had the agreement with the construction company that they are going to suspend construction, I think as early as 17th. And
it's for the period of the Yuletide.
Even till next year, the whole expanse of the road will be opened for traffic flow, which is a good news for us. And at the Ibadan end of it too, we also had the same agreement with RCC. I think from 23rd, they will open up too. So when it has to do with the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, I think we have a win-win there. And we have at Lotto an emergency unit from Julius Berger that will be on standby too. If same is replicated within Lagos, that we collapse all the construction activities within this period. Because the major thing that brings about fatal crashes is when there's a gridlock within the township. A journey of 30 minutes to Kara from within Lagos will take about 3-4 hours. So the man wants to catch up. When it's released,
exactly.
You understand? Because
free road,
he feels he should not get to where he's going late, so he wants to catch up. And for you to catch up for almost 4 hours lost, it will take you going on about 140 kilometers per hour. So any crash within this period will lead to fatality. So we know government has done their own. And for us as an organization, that's Federal Safety Corps now, when it comes to all that is required to be prepared, we had our prepared operation in preparation for Operation Zero. We had our operation readiness, which was conducted 2 days ago, and simulation, just to prepare our workforce and to sensitize members of the public. We had a kind of show of might as regards our preparedness. We collaborated with all other agencies, LASEMA, NEMA, Fire Service, Police, Civil Defense. We were all there with us 2 days ago. And the simulation was actually encouraging. It's an indication that we're actually set. And we've been having series of collaboration with all our stakeholders too. It's not about running after tankers or containerized vehicles on the road. It's meeting them at their loading points so that they don't create problem for us when they get to the highway. And we have perfected this over the time. I know there are other little windows where people escape and create problems. And our response time has also been improved on. The ideal response time has been 15 minutes. But now we've been able to master the act, and we have succeeded in reducing it to 5 minutes. You know, recently we launched this special quick response unit where we utilize heavy bikes to reach the scene of crashes. Even in the midst of gridlock, we can still get to that point and start some palliative effort before the coming of the major rescue team. And this has really worked out. And we've also trained so many responders along the corridor. All those artisans that you see, that you'll be seeing along the corridor, are already trained by FRSC. So when any crash occurs, they get to the scene. Under 5 minutes, they are there. So all this preparation we have put in place. Then the major one, which is the third aspect, is irrespective of the effort of governments, effort of the agencies, without the cooperation of the road users, including the commuters, we cannot achieve anything. And that's where they come in. What are the major causes of fatal crashes on our roads? Speed. We are happy the road is going to be opened. We are celebrating that the roads are open. there will be free movement for road users. Now, what of the discipline of that driver? If the rule says you should not go more than 90 kilometers per hour, because Lagos is about the expressway, it's not totally expressway for now. I would rather call it a dual carriageway, because you still have all distractions, U-turns here and there. So it's not totally an expressway. So you have to put all these distractions into consideration when you are moving on that road. So if you are going on 140 kilometers per hour, and there's a little distraction from either pedestrian crossing the road or motorbike trying to make a U-turn, you lose control, and when you're involved in a crash, it's always fatal. And you also look at other distractions that come both within the vehicle and outside. Within is the cause. In fact, our phones has become a souvenirs in our hands now. When you are driving along the corridor, even within the township.
Exactly, you just want to respond to a message.
Some hold it permanently in their hands. It's like, what would they do? Even when your vehicle is by the side, unlike before, when they sight you, they quickly drop. Now the man holds it and says, hey, boy, nothing will happen. But a lot will happen. Because that call you are receiving will distract you. And it's different from the man that is seated beside you. Because that has been the excuse of people. That when I have somebody, I discuss with the man with me in the vehicle. So what's the difference? Talking on phone. I don't imagine you as you are with me here. We are talking. I don't imagine you because I know you. I can see you.
We're here.
But when you are speaking with somebody at the other side, you imagine your focus is relocated to that person. And that is the distraction we're talking about. Do you know that while people are driving, when the phone drops, even in the course of the high speed, they still try to look for, as if our life is attached to this phone. And it has caused a lot of death. And upon this, we don't have our seatbelt on. You can imagine during rainy season, our wipers are not working. And these are all the things I say, irrespective of the effort of government, the effort of the agencies, without the cooperation of that man that decided to put his vehicle on the road, knowing fully well that the tires are gone, that decides to know that, oh, the wipers are not working, the lighting system are not working, say, I will not travel at night. And what gave you the impression that you will not be held down? That the journey will not take you till late, and you'll be moving with only trafficator because all your headlamps are gone?
That's how to imagine.
So we have a lot to manage.
All right, help us clarify this. I met two persons who were arguing whether it is an offense to eat while you're driving, sorry. And one was saying, no, you can eat maybe snacks, but you can't eat heavy foods. Others have said, no, you shouldn't even take anything while you're driving. Which is an offense, which is manageable, which is not manageable?
Well, I look at the analysis of FRSA offenses as put in place by the Act.
Yes.
I didn't see anywhere that is written that eating and driving violation.
Okay.
So it falls under distractions.
Okay. And maybe the discretion of the person?
It falls under discretion, distraction. Okay. Let me give you an instance. A friend of mine was driving on Third Mainland Bridge, and he had reason to drink water from the bottle. He picked the bottle and tried to gulp the water. On return of the bottle, he already ran into another vehicle. So it depends on the kind of habit, your eating habit. Are you the type that will now be looking for food at the back seat? Or you are trying to pick water from the floor? Or when you are eating, you get involved in what you are, it depends. So that's, like you said, discretion comes in. But under the line of infractions, it's not rated.
Okay. All right, so we can't catch you and jail you.
And at the same time, what is the effect of that food you are eating? Right. You should understand your system better. So if it's going to, like you are traveling on a trip, and you go to a location where they say, oh, people can stop and eat, and you pick a very big bowl of pounded yam, knowing that heavy food can lead to...
can make you sleep eventually. All right. Now, you talked about Operation Zero earlier on. What's the objective of that? Can you enlighten us?
It's a way of exhibiting our ambition.
Okay.
Operation Zero means this period is commencing tomorrow, 17th till 15th of January. That between 17th and 15th of January, we want to record zero crash. It's very ambitious.
Wow.
Because even worldwide, we all know that because of vulnerability of man, it could be very, very impossible. And that's why I say The government has played its role by keeping the roads safe, by creating the necessary leverages that are required and palliatives within the township and corridor. Federal Safety Corps, we have prepared our men. We are deploying about 1,200 men in Lagos. That's the regulars, and about 1,700 of special marshals. Okay. And like I said, the quick response rescue, I have about 12 motorbikes that are already deployed for that purpose. The Lagos State government also assisted us in that regard, so that when a crash occurs, we are there as early as possible. And we have about 39 of our patrol cars that will be roving around. Our priority this time around is not totally on enforcement. Okay. Unlike what we had sensitization and enforcement in the past. Why traffic management was less priority, but this time around, free movements. So priority has changed. So Operation Zero is all about what it takes for us to create a safe motoring environment for Lagosians and by extension Nigerians this period. All right.
Now, there's this question for you, which I wanted to also ask earlier on. The issue, you mentioned special marshals.
Yep.
Who is a special marshal and what roles do they play? And for those who want to become members of the special marshal, what does it take?
Our special marshal is the second arm of our, let me say, manpower. Okay. We have the regulars, we have the special marshals, then we have the road safety club. Okay. And these are the three functioning units within Federal Safety Corps. Okay. The regulars are the ones that work and are remunerated. Okay. While the special marshals are the volunteers. Okay. Like, you know, you can't have it enough when it comes to your regulars, your real handiwork force, because you know what the road network is in Nigeria. You can cover it. And we believe the volunteers, they said they are men of integrity in the society, men that can take care of themselves, men that will not compromise, and they willingly. So it's not something I used to I won't dash you, special marshal.
So it has to come from me.
Yes, you must say, because I want it takes a lot. Your resources, your time, you know, is outside your own means of livelihood. So the pressure you have as special marshal is more than mine. Because having coming back return from your office, and I call you that there's a traffic gridlock around your axis. As a special marshal, it's your responsibility to go there and ease it off. So they are recognized by the act that established Federal Safety Corps as an integral part of the Corps, but they are the volunteer arms. And for you to come in, you apply. Okay. You express your willingness to join. And in the course of your application, you can even say one or two things that you have done in the past to support Federal Safety Corps.
That's amazing. So those who apply, is there a period of a kind of orientation? Or
we do like what we are doing now. We try to screen them, to know that to be sure that we are not mixing up bad people into the good hands.
You are who you say you are.
Yes, we screen them. We have our intelligent arms that will investigate you. Even before you come to the table for screening, we have all your profile, all the details about you. We've gotten it. So from there, we do what we call reorientation and orientation. Okay. Because you cannot give what you don't have.
Exactly.
If you don't know anything about Federal Safety Corps, you can't give your best. It's like someone asking you on the road while you are controlling traffic, who are you? And you start stammering. But in the course of the training, we'll have been able to inform you that you have the power of the law, the power to arrest, the power to operate where you are, and you have the same power that I have as a regular, but the difference is you are not being paid by governments, but they are under the authority of the Corps Marshal.
You see. That's really interesting. I used to have very great interest in being a special marshal at the time and all of that, but like you said, sometimes one is so busy and then you're looking for, you know, the time and space, but I think it's more about sacrifice.
You can play your role, not necessarily be on that road there. Even here in the studio, you can still perfect your role as a special marshal, because as a celebrity, anything you say is being appreciated. Anything you put up in line with, you know, there was a time we had these celebrity special marshals, these actors and actresses. Yes. Then you ask why the passion about them. They are being appreciated by people. And you see a celebrity acting his film and making calls while driving. You know, things have changed now because we had to meet with them. Every child that sees you making call and driving wants to emulate you.
Exactly.
So even if you have reason to do it in the course of your filming, let it be in relation to the job. Oh, if FRSC catches me this call, hey, they will arrest me. You have passed message. Yeah. Than for it to be done as if it's part of our culture, even when we are trying to work against it. So in your own role here, everything you put up, you can also bring in safety. It can never be too much.
That's good to know. Talk to us about, before we go now, the issue of collaboration between, there's the Federal Road Safety Corps, there's also the Lagos State LASMA. How do you work together? How do you collaborate together to ensure that the roads are freer and safer for everyone?
My activities in the township is an intervention, while my focus is the corridor.
Yes.
The activities of the LASMA is major within the township in traffic management. And when the corridor sneezes, Lagos will catch fever. Because we've tried it severally. And I just gave you an instance now. When the township sneezes, corridor is in trouble. When there's a major gridlock within the township, people try to catch up along the corridor and they get involved in crashes.
I see.
But when there's when there's an interface, and that's what we have been doing, we have an interface where when it becomes overwhelming, we always had workforce to join them just to ease the traffic.
All right. We have to leave it here now. Olusegun Ogungbemide, the Sector Commander, Lagos State of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you very much.
As we prepare for the Yuletide. Thank you.
Yeah, with you.
Great.